What's up, guys? I'm Noah. This is AK, and this is episode one of our podcast. It's called the Undercover Weebs. This is just a podcast. We're just going to talk about anime. We're going to have a bunch of different concepts for each episode, and we're kind of just going to chat and have fun with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna give our opinions on anime and manga. Should
Yeah,
be
we might have some hot takes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but our
definitely would Noah will definitely have hot takes, but
first. Oh, yeah, me, the hot take guy. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
but our first episode, we're just going to go over our top 10 anime so you can see, kind of what we're about and how we
Yeah,
think of things.
so you can figure out what our tastes are like, and actually it's more of a top 15 since we're gonna start off with five honorable mentions on each side.
Yeah, so here we go. Let's start her off. All right, AK, you want to take it away with honorable mentions?
So I guess I didn't put my honorable mentions in any specific order. I don't know if Noah did or not, but just I guess I'm just gonna go through them straight away. In my number five, I put Angel Beats. Have you seen that?
I have not seen Angel Beats. I've heard of it though, and I've heard good reviews. So yeah, talk more about it. I really don't know that
Yeah,
much
I
about Angel
guess
Beats.
because I don't really want to spoil it for anybody, but it's basically it's the afterlife kind of thing, and the whole story is pretty much based off of a misunderstanding where these people try to kill this girl they call Angel. It's a horrible explanation of the plot, kind of like a slice of life mixed with a drama.
Is it one of those shows you can't really get into because it really gets deep into spoiler territory, so you can't really talk about anything?
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty. I'm pretty sure it's only one season.
Oh,
I think
gotcha.
it's like 12 or 13 episodes from what I can remember. I think I binged it all in one go. Uh, I really enjoyed it. My second second one is Made in Abyss.
Oh, wow, that's high up. I did not think that was going to be in your honorable mentions.
Yeah,
Damn.
I was when I was going through my list of things I've seen yesterday and the day before, I realized how much I actually like that show. And I also realized how much my top 10 list was not actually reflecting on what my top 10 was. Uh, I know you dropped it, didn't you?
I did drop it. I did drop it. But the thing is, because the last three episodes are really good, right? I dropped it like
Yeah,
on
the
the fourth to
last
last episode, so I feel like I should pick it up.
the last couple episodes I'd say are the best episodes of the entire season. And actually, I'm not sure if there's any plans of them making a second season or not
Are
at the
there like
moment.
canon movies? Is that a thing or
I
no?
think they're taking like the route of movies similar to what Attack on Titan is doing right now,
Uh,
where it's like a
okay.
recap movie. I think
Yeah,
it's
gotcha.
almost all of them are like it's the same content. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a great watch. Another quick watch. The first two are only, I think they're both 13 episodes. My third one is something that I'm assuming will probably be on your top 10 actually, and that's Samurai Champloo.
Oh, oh, that's actually not on my top 10, but it is in my honorable mentions. So we
Yeah,
have
I
one of
know
our honorable
you're
mentions are the same.
if you haven't seen if any of you people that are listening haven't seen Samurai Champloo, that is a must. It's a must watch.
It is a must
It's a
watch.
it's I don't want to. It's basically two samurai guys that are escorting a chick against their wills, pretty much. It's a must watch.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
Jin and Mugen, just polar opposites, escorting. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but the main girl
Yeah,
defined.
I
It's her
can't remember
father,
her
right?
name
The
either.
samurai
Yeah,
that's
they're looking
the
for the
sunflower.
sunflower samurai.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
definitely a must watch. I
and
definitely prefer it to Cowboy Bebop. I'm pretty sure it's created by the
oh,
same mangaka.
yeah, they're they are by the same. I'm pretty sure they're by the same person. But
Yeah.
me and you both have what would be considered hot takes on Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
Neither
we'll
of us
definitely get
were
into
able
that.
Neither of us were even able
episode.
to finish it. I quit on episode 16. There's just nothing to keep you watching.
Right,
Uh,
right.
but then some people will, they live and die by Cowboy Bebop, and this is the only thing they'll watch. Both of our opinions was that it didn't, nothing to keep us watching.
Yeah, maybe iconic, but was definitely not for me. But regardless, AK, keep going.
Yeah, my number 2, Psychopath, or number 4 actually. I'm getting mixed up on my numbers. Is Psychopath.
I'm currently watching, but I'm loving everything about it right now. Probably would have snuck into my honorable mentions, but
Yeah,
I'm currently watching it.
It's got a great world, and I just the only thing I don't like about it is that I can't watch the movies unless I pirate them from somewhere, which I'm not big on. I like watching my things legally.
Yeah. So how many seasons of Psychopaths are available, like, that I would be able to watch?
I want to say the first 2 seasons I know for sure are on Funimation, and one movie is on Funimation, which that movie wasn't that great, and it's not like necessary like the other 2 that I can't, or the other 2 or 3 that you can't find anywhere are. It's like not really important to the story as much. And then the third slash fourth seasons are both on Prime Video.
Good. I got both of those, so I'll be able to watch them all.
Yeah, I just love that. I love the world of that.
Yeah, dude, I'm a fan of like cyberpunk stuff, which
Yeah,
is I
I
don't know
think
why I don't like Cowboy Bebop, but I just don't. But cyberpunk, or not cyberpunk, geez, what are we talking about? I'm drawing a blank. Geez,
Psychopaths.
yeah, Psychopaths. Psychopaths is amazing. I like how it's like, I don't know, kind of cyberpunk and like hip, but it's so dark so far. It is so dark.
It is a pretty dark show, which is, when we get deeper into my list, you'll realize that that's pretty much my wheelhouse.
Something you like,
shit.
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
God, you get the darkness right out the gate in the first episode.
yeah.
Wow. Speaking of that, it has a great first episode. I was really drawn in after that, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a great show overall. It really, for me, it keeps me engaged pretty much throughout the whole thing. It has great antagonists.
Yeah, I'm just learning more about him right now, and I'm liking everything about him so far.
The best thing about that world is that there's not really any right or wrong. It's wrong against wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to move on to my last honorable mention, and that is something that I am sure you haven't seen, and nor do I expect you to ever watch it, because it's something that I know you would never watch. And it's actually 2 kind of grouped together in one, which is Clanad and Clanad After Story.
Yep, nope, not my wheelhouse.
No.
Just not something I'm into. But I respect it.
Yeah,
so that's all that matters.
You got to get in pretty deep to get into those.
Right.
You got to be a certain kind of audience for sure. But that was something that I watched right after my number 10 on my top 10 that I'm going to save.
I think I know what it's going to be, but yeah.
That my number 10 on my top 10 is what kind of got me into the more weeby per se shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I guess I'll let you take away your honorable mentions.
Yeah, so in my honorable mentions, I have 6 actually, because I just love all these shows so much. But so we'll just start off my honorable mentions. I actually have Steins Gate. I just watched it. You made me watch it.
Yeah,
and
you still haven't watched Zero though, have you?
No, I haven't watched Zero.
God,
but
you gotta watch
I
that.
I did enjoy Steins Gate. I feel like everyone who's listening or who listens in the future has watched Steins Gate. So I don't really have much to say about it, but great show. One of the more interesting concepts I've ever
it really
ever seen. So yeah, no gripes there. Great show. Another one you actually put me on as well, AK. I have Death Parade.
Oh.
So I know that's coming up later for you. So I'm gonna let you take that one away. So I'm just gonna briefly say that.
We'll wait for that one.
We'll wait for that one. But yeah, Death Parade. And then another one, you already talked about it, Samurai Champloo. That's actually one of the anime that kind of got me into more diverse anime and kind of started
Yeah.
my anime binge back in middle school.
Yeah, it's one that's
Yeah.
easy to watch, and like it'll get you deeper in the hole.
Yeah, it's literally, I have nothing bad to say about it. Characters are awesome, fights are amazing, animation's great, the soundtrack is killer. It's just a great show.
Yeah.
It's kind of episodic, but it also has a sort of a linear storyline. So yeah, some people that might deter them from watching, but yeah, super good, big fan. And then this one I think is also might be on your top 10 AK, but my next one is Parasite.
Oh, yeah. You,
Yeah.
you're giving away my top
I'm
10s.
sorry, dude.
You're giving them away.
I really liked Parasite. It's a great watch. AK will dive deeper into that later. So, yeah, I'll just glance over that. And my last one, which is a show I love so much. I don't know if it made your honorable mentions or top 10, but it's Vinland Saga. That was
Oh,
just in
yeah.
2019, and it was by far my favorite standalone anime of
Yeah,
2019.
that one did not make either, but I think it's mainly because it just isn't, or it's not done enough, you know?
Yeah, it's basically,
Like it's
well,
still at the
the
beginning.
prologue. Yeah, basically the first season was the prologue, and I have not read the manga, so I really can't talk any more about it like further. But wow,
Yeah.
Vinland Saga, I loved it. I binged it in like 2 days. Just I love everything about it. Like
It
I
is a
feel like,
great show.
are there any other Viking anime out there?
I
I don't.
don't, not that I can recall right off my top of my head. It's probably something out there that, I mean, there's
Some. Yeah.
bajillions of shows we haven't seen,
Yeah.
but there's not any mainstream ones that I can think about right away.
Right. Yeah, that's I just thought that was a really cool concept and just the way they started it off. And one thing that I really loved about this show, I mean, it was right on the verge of making my top 10, was the characters. Oh my God, I love so many characters from
Hmm.
that show. Askeladd, bro. Oh, what a
Yeah,
beauty.
he's in an interesting territory himself too.
He is, I love, but I even love like Thorkel, that big giant guy. I
Yeah,
love Thor's is sick, but I can't really talk much about him because of spoilers.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I
one
mean that
character
is
I
like
really
second
liked
episode, but
actually that I don't think it's talked about enough is Canute. Canute kind of underwent some crazy character development
yeah, he
and
did.
stuff throughout that show, and I don't know that scene where he kind of snaps and that like it's kind of memed, but that like frowny face he made. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
I
I know
thought that was
exactly what
pretty
you're talking
cool.
about.
Yeah, and it's a super gruesome show. The fights are amazing, and yeah, it's just a good watch. It's the story about Thorfinn, who is like Thor is one of the greatest Vikings of all time, son. It kind of follows his little journey after certain events happen, and I recommend it to everybody. You
Yeah,
want to take away your top 10?
I guess I'll start. Uh, oh, I was thinking that my number 10 was the one that got me into Clanad, but now that I look at my list on my computer, I changed it. And my number 10 is something that probably it might fall higher up, probably on a lot of people's lists, but it's Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, 10 AK.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
to be honest, it probably fell down to 10 because I haven't seen it in such a long time,
Yep. Okay, that's fair.
and because the ones above it I adore. But Hunter x Hunter is one of the first shows that pretty much everybody watches.
It's a good gateway, I feel like.
Yeah. What I love about it, which it's kind of a spoiler but not really, and I think we both talked about it before, is that it doesn't introduce a power system until halfway through.
Right, yeah. That's super interesting. That's not done a lot, and I couldn't
Like
agree more.
it uses the power system to keep you intrigued.
And wow, that power system,
Yeah, and
man,
that
it's
is
beautiful.
the best power system of all time.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, did you want to do your number 10?
Okay, so my 10 is a tie. I couldn't pick. I literally like could not pick because I definitely You guys are gonna question my top 10 list, but at 10 I have Attack on Titan and Full Metal Alchemist. They are tied. Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
They're tied at 10, which I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like 10. You
People
have
are
both of them
gonna.
at 10.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you're gonna see both of those coming up
Yep. So
pretty
I'm not
quick in
gonna
my
talk about
list.
them. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about them too much because you have them on your list. But I have nothing bad to say. The only reason Full Metal Alchemist is at 10 is because once again I haven't seen it for years and I haven't rewatched it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it fell to
That's
10.
exactly why Hunter x Hunter's at my 10 is you watch new things and you just slowly realize that I guess not realize, but you think that you like other things better, but you just haven't seen it in so long.
Right. See, that's why like I feel like my number three is my number three because I finished it not that long ago and it's just fresh in my mind. But
I
yeah, and
think
then
I know it.
Attack on I think you know what it is too.
And I think my number three is the same exact thing, which is a really funny coincidence.
Oh, wow. That would be okay. If it's the same thing, I'm gonna lose it because that would be hilarious. But
I
then
was,
Attack on Titan, I have no gripes. Great show. I think
yeah,
the reason it's at 10 is I literally hated Aaron for the first two seasons. I just thought he was a
that's
whiny
supposed to
little
change.
bitch.
That's supposed to
And
change.
yeah, I mean he's starting to turn the corner in season three.
My,
He did.
yeah, my favorite character in that whole show is Reiner.
He's up there for me as well. Yeah,
Just
Reiner
because
is.
like his internal struggle with everything, and I think he's gonna
Yeah,
become even more prevalent coming up here. Even
I
though I
hope so.
mean,
He's such an interesting character.
I
Yeah.
I am desperately trying not to get spoiled for this next season.
Same. I was literally on YouTube today and I like saw an Attack on Titan
I
like
have to be
picture and I just
careful.
scrolled through. I just quickly scrolled past it because I was like, no.
I Anybody that's posting manga updates of this, please stop. Don't do it,
Just don't. I don't want to get
or
it
at least
spoiled.
don't put it in your title / thumbnail.
Honestly, since you said your favorite character, my favorite character is probably Erwin. Not gonna lie, Erwin
Is
is
it
an
Irwin
absolute
or is it
beauty.
Ervin? Because in the English dub, it's Ervin, and I'm the dub watcher, I guess. But
Oh yeah, I watch it sub and it's just Erwin.
yeah, I mean it's spelled
So
the same way, but they
yeah,
say Ervin.
I say Erwin. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean really
Yeah,
doesn't make a damn
same
difference.
shit, different pile. Yeah, you want to take it away, AK, with the next pick?
Yeah, and my number 9 is what was one that was in your honorable mentions, which is Parasite. Parasite the Maxim.
So good, so good.
It
I feel like
is
why
the
haven't a lot of people seen it?
I think well, let me look up when it came out. I think that it just kind of went under the radar for some reason, which is my number 1 also went very under the radar. Oh, it aired in 2014. Wow.
What?
Yeah, I did. That's
I was
really
gonna
weird.
guess like
That's what
2006.
IMDb pulled it up as. Uh, but I don't know. It's to
Wow.
me, it's just like it's like Tokyo Ghoul, but done good.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul, but from what I've heard about Tokyo Ghoul, it sounds about right.
The manga amazing, anime absolute disaster.
Yeah, just is as bad as the Berserk adaptations?
I think those two adaptations go down as literally the worst ever.
Eh, honestly, I could see it because the Berserk adaptations are so tough because the manga is beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Yeah,
But anyways, back to Parasite. Yeah.
I guess a little synopsis: a dude gets uh an alien burrows into him, and it becomes his arm, and then he becomes super powerful. But yeah, it's a much more depressing story than it sounds than I'm
It
explaining
really
it
is.
as. Uh, Another story that is not only what makes me enjoy it is that it's both like internal struggles as well as interesting things going on in the world that
Hmm.
it's realistic and keeps you engaged.
Yeah, what's the main character's name in that show? Oh, I can't
Uh,
think.
it's oh, it's Shinichi. I'm
Yeah,
trying to think of what the uh what the worm's name was that burrowed
yeah.
in.
But Shinichi, wow, he goes through some shit in that show, and
Yeah,
his development is so. It's the most
he
interesting character development I think I've
that
ever seen.
yeah, I will say that I think that it is as of now the most developed character I've ever in any anime that I've watched.
Dude, he
Maybe
goes through like hills and valleys because like he's kind of like a nerdy kid. Then he gets this parasite,
and
and
then
then a certain thing happens halfway through the show,
yeah, and then
and
he
he kind
gets
of becomes one with the parasite almost. And
yeah, the parasite like yeah, I can't say anything without spoiling it, but
right,
it
but
fuses
yeah,
with him.
right. It kind of fuses with him while also kind of staying in his arm, and he just goes through some crazy stuff. I also what I liked is like the parasites are so smart. Like they're smart as hell. Like
Yeah, it's
they took over like a governor or something? Didn't they run for office and won?
yeah, they were like
Yeah.
trying to take over the world pretty much. And then that
Interesting.
reminds me, I totally forgot about this part of the story, but one of them like steals a baby,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
and then that one starts to realize that it doesn't want to be a man-eating parasite.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great show. Lots of different internal struggles for more than one character actually, but
Wow, AK, I forgot about it was that chick, right?
yeah,
Wow, that just made me that might have made my top 10. I totally forgot about that part. That part was kind of heavy. Wow.
yeah, you can. I believe it's your
So
number
my number
9.
9, I know that I'm so high on this, and it's partial nostalgia factor. I'm not gonna lie, but my number 9 is Gurren Lagann.
I knew that was gonna be in your top 10.
I love Gurren Lagann. It was also one of the anime that got me into
Yeah.
different types of anime besides like mainstream shonen.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, I just love everything about that show. I just love it. I love the message to like just push through even if you don't know like what the future holds or like what's going on, to just push through. And Kamina is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. I wish he could have been in the show longer, but can't say
Yeah.
anything about that because of spoilers. But
I mean, I will agree that Gurren Lagann is a great show, but there's a few aspects of it that just kill it for me.
the power system, mechs, that whole
Yeah.
thing, I know
Well,
that killed it for you.
the mech part really isn't that big of a problem. I'm not a
Mhm.
mech guy, but the way the mechs are powered is what killed it for me.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
They're powered off of fighting spirit.
Yep.
If they would have
Nice.
chose like human like mana or life form like a lot of other things do,
Mm.
I would have been like, okay, I believe it, but fighting spirit just
Dude,
blew me over the
Simone's
edge a
got
little
that
bit.
fighting spirit, man. He's a gangster.
Simone had the best fighting spirit.
But the last like 5 episodes, dude, they were they were amazing. They
Yeah,
were so
and
and,
actually,
over the top, just insane. Oh, it's so good. You gotta watch. Just go watch it.
it
If you haven't
is
watched
great.
it, watch it.
I do one part about the last 5 episodes that I didn't enjoy though, which I'm gonna try to keep it not spoilerish, but that they didn't develop a certain people.
The antagonists,
Yeah, they
right?
didn't
Yep,
develop
yep.
them at
Okay.
all.
Yeah, that's true. They're kind of a mystery even once you
Yeah,
finish.
which I guess you'll see in my list that I'm someone that enjoys something that's based more in realism than
Hmm.
I mean, I guess you can't really consider Parasite realism, but it has things make sense in the world,
Yeah.
which I'm just going to bring this up right now because I know it's going to come out sooner or later. Why this is exactly why I don't like My Hero. Uh,
That's your only reason? Because I have many reasons why I don't really like
I mean, me
manga.
too. First of all, we both hate Izuku,
Oh my god. God, oh, Midoriya's
but
the worst.
I just I don't like how their power system is. It doesn't make any sense at all. Anything
And
goes.
right, and see, I don't need it to make sense. I'm kind of like I'm into like an easy, fun watch. I don't need to think about it. I don't mind like a deep, like philosophical anime, but
Yeah,
and see, like you can kind of have fun with My Hero, which
yeah.
like right off the
It's a
bat
fun
means I
show.
should love it. I should love it, but I don't because of
Yeah.
we can get into that in a different episode,
I
but
mean, what I guess I shouldn't say that I don't like it, but
right.
more that it frustrates me sometimes. Like it's a super
Mm.
enjoyable watch, but there's buts.
Yes,
Is the butt.
honestly, Izuku, every time he's on screen, I just want to slap him. I just want to literally slap the shit out of him. He's my least favorite protagonist out of I think any anime. Sorry. Hopefully we don't get canceled on this first episode. But yeah, that's my little gripe about it. You want to go
Yeah,
with your are we on
I
eight for
think
you?
we're on 8. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot what your number 9 was already.
Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, my number 8 is what I said got me what I watched right before I watched Clan Ad, and that's Your Lie in April.
Yes, okay, yeah. Haven't seen it, but I've heard you
Yeah,
talk about
it is the there's two or three aspects of the show that just I don't know, it just hits you different. It, the music is so good. It is probably the best music in any anime that I've watched just because I guess it's just I enjoy like classical like piano music and that's what this is and
it.
it really brings together the whole show because it's about a kid that he used to be like a piano prodigy and then he just gave it up
Hmm.
and he's like this is in the first episode I can spoil it his mom dies or like his mom is dead and his dad uh doesn't live at home which is never explained but isn't really an important aspect
Gotcha.
but like his journey to going back and playing the piano is top tier. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I had no idea what it was about. That's the first time I've heard the plot at all.
It is,
Yeah.
and the way I explained it, it is. I don't know. One of our friends just watched it as well. I won't say his name, but he is someone that only watches the most mainstream of things, and
Hmm.
he really enjoyed it. It flew up onto his top 10 without a problem.
I think I'm gonna have to pull the trigger and watch it. Maybe that'll be my intro to like
Yeah,
soft
and you
sweet
know,
shit.
my very first like intro to something that wasn't super shonen or like that was Erased. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it though.
A lot of people didn't like the ending of that. I thought it was fine. I didn't see any problem with it. I thought it was a good ending. I don't know. We'll get off of
Yeah.
that though. That's not in my top 10.
All right, my number eight, which I'm pretty sure is gonna come up on your list. We might have them in similar spots. I'm not sure. Is Mob Psycho 100?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my eight, and
That's your 8, huh?
I just realized I forgot. I just forgot. All right, I'll fix my list at the end. I just forgot something. I forgot an anime that's definitely on my top 10. I'm stupid. But Mob Psycho 100. When did I finish that? Like a week or two ago, AK?
Yeah, it was super recently.
And wow, my only complaint is that it took me so long to watch it. That show is amazing. I finished the first season and I loved it. Like I was in love. And then the second season came and it blew the first season out of the water. And the first season was amazing. It was a masterpiece. That show is just so good. It's
It
so good.
the animation, the characters, everything about it. The intros.
Dude, Reagan and Mob, their dynamic, I love. And I love both the characters so much. Like that oh God, that show's great.
It is I mean, it's got the same One Punch Man aspects where he's too powerful, but it takes a different twist on it so that
Yeah,
he's just trying to be normal, and
it's
it's the most heart crushing and funny, and everything.
it has
It hits
everything.
everything. It
It's
hits
just
everything.
psychologically a lot deeper than One Punch Man, and they're both great anime.
Yeah, they're both by the same author, I believe.
Yeah,
Both are
yeah.
one.
Zero
No,
isn't that his name?
no, it's one. I think it's a
Oh,
number. We
I
know
thought it was.
we got it narrowed down to a number.
We got narrowed down to a number, but yeah, it's so good. Like, Mob is just this OP guy with psychic powers, and he's literally OP. Like, he's
Yeah,
dumb OP. He's Saitama of this universe, basically. And then Reagan is this like con artist, fake
he's literally a
psychic,
con man.
and he's such like a bitch, but he is the best bitch. Like,
He
he's my
is. He's
favorite
so
character
funny.
in the whole
Reagan
show.
is, and he has his come around, but he is.
He does. That character arc, man, was just wonderful.
It was.
He's so funny.
He is.
Oh man.
He's great.
Do you remember in season 2 where there was that, the guy who could like teleport?
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure it was this guy, but Reagan just like walks up to him and he just screams like defense
Oh
rush and
yeah.
just punching him. That had me dying, like rolling on the
He
floor laughing.
he does that more than once in the show too. Like he'll just walk up, and I remember there's one time that like Mob put like all of his power into him, and he actually like beat some dude down.
Yes,
It was so
yes.
funny.
Everyone's
Throws
like, "Oh my
salt at
gosh,
people.
this is Mob's master." What? He's also like a great con man. Like, he is smooth as
Yeah, he
butter.
is.
He is the smoothest anime character.
Wow,
There's a
what
part
show.
in Mob Psycho where he beats like 100 people in rock paper scissors and doesn't lose once because he just like messes with people.
Oh
Con.
yeah, they like tell him what he's gonna throw, and then
He's great.
yeah, it's a great show.
Great show. Yeah, all right, AK. Take it away.
My number 7 was on your honorable mentions, which I still think if you watch the second half of it, it'll get onto your top 10, and that is Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero. I put them together because to me they are one show.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will say that Steins Gate Zero shouldn't have been a thing, but I personally think it really wraps up. It gives you the whole other side of the story of.
Is it like an alternate reality or like just a different?
So like
okay.
I'm gonna be able to say this without people understanding what I mean unless you've seen it, but like when he gets on the phone with at the end, like they get the message from
Yep.
and so that is that they take that reality. That's the one that they're following.
Okay.
That the
Yeah.
message
No,
comes
I
from,
get. I kind of get. Yeah.
where the outcome isn't right, where he doesn't go back.
Oh, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
I think it really just closes everything together, and
I've heard it's worse and people hate on it, but then I've also heard people say like, no, it's still great. Just like don't compare it to the first one. Like, it's just different.
I thought the first one, Steins Gate, is amazing by itself.
Yeah.
And it is a closed story. But then they add to the closed story in the perfect way. What makes me like the show in general so much is this is another character on my list that goes through super development, which is the main character Hoin Kiyoma or Okabe, depending on the time of day.
He's a great character.
He is.
I love him.
He is great.
He's like such a great guy, and he's so goofy. He's determined as hell. What he goes through, dude. Oh my gosh.
It is. It is something else.
Dude, that got dark so fast when I watched Steins Gate. I was not ready for that at all.
No,
Not
it
even
hits you
close.
about halfway through the show, and you're like, was not ready for this,
Yeah.
but now I'm
Oh,
ready, and I'm
no.
excited to continue watching.
See, and that was like that actually made me think, and I really enjoyed it because I was like every episode I was thinking like, oh my gosh, this is wild. It has the most interesting take on time travel I've ever seen
Yeah, it
out of
really
any sort of
does.
media. Like how clever. Send text back in time.
With a microwave.
The microwave, and there's only one guy. What does he call it? Reading Steiner, I think.
Yeah,
That's why he
only
can
one guy
remember it.
that can tell when it goes back in time.
Yeah. So, great show, great show. Damn. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
great concept, great show.
I love all the characters. Oh my gosh, what's the girl's name? The redhead. Uh,
Uh,
Christine.
Chris,
Did he call it?
he call that's what he calls her.
That's what Kioma calls her. But she is best girl. Love her.
I like Mayuri more.
I do. I like Mayuri a lot. She's just. Is Mayuri like is she on the spectrum? Is that her thing?
Hmm.
Is like Mayuri on the spectrum? Like she's kind of like a
I
little
don't
goofy.
think she. I mean, yeah, she's a little weird, but I
Or is it
think
because
it's.
of like her deep psychological trauma
I
after
think
she
that's kind
lost?
of what it is. Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
that's
'Cause
that's why he's.
do do do.
Yeah, and that's why he is hoeing Kiyoma to
Yeah,
start off with.
right.
Um,
Yeah.
which is I don't want to get any further into that because that's
That's
spoiler
big. That's a
territory.
big plot reveal, kind of
Yeah,
actually. Right. Good show. I feel like everyone's seen it. I feel like I was very late on the ball with Steins Gate.
yeah. If you're into, it's on a lot of people's top tens. Um,
Yeah.
it is a great show. It is classic. Well, let's get off
Oh,
of it before I spoil
is it
something.
right? Yeah, it's me, right? I'm on
Yeah,
7. Am I on 7?
yeah. It's number 7.
All right, so my 7, this is including manga, which I have not finished the manga for this, but I watched the 1997 and the, I think, 2016 version. 1997 was better. 2016 kind of sucked, but I love the story. And my 7 is Berserk.
Yeah, and off the
Berserk.
story, not
Right.
the adaptation.
Berserk has the single darkest storyline and plot I've ever seen in any sort of medium. It is so dark. Basically, the story is about this guy named Guts, and literally I feel like the whole story is like it's his fight against fate because everything that could go wrong for this man, like literally everything, it happens. He's
Mm-hmm.
literally born out of his mom's hanging corpse, and then a group of
Really?
like yes, rough and tumble bandits come by, and this lady picks him up because she just lost a child, so she like basically adopts him. But yeah, he's born out of his mom's corpse because she was hung, and oh, the stuff that this guy goes through, like he ends up getting assaulted by one of the bandits at like 16, like sexually assaulted by him. His father figure at the time is the one who sold him to this guy. He ends up killing his like father figure after his mom passes away, who was the only person he's ever been close to. He
Mm-hmm.
escapes the bandits, gets shot by an arrow, falls off a cliff, fights off wolves. Like, I mean, this guy can't catch a break. And
Yeah, I mean the only reason I haven't I don't know much about it because I don't want to. It's notorious for being horrible adaptations,
the adaptations are so
and I
bad.
I haven't gotten around to reading the manga for it. Uh, but that's a show that or a
It,
series that I need to get
you
into
need
for
to.
sure.
I'm buying the like hard copies of Berserk right now, so once I get them
Mm-hmm.
all, you definitely got to read it. But so then like things start looking up for Guts at one point. He meets this group of bandits, and there's this leader Griffith. So Guts is like this like 6'5", like 260-pound ripped guy, and Griffith, and he just like looks, I don't know, just like a hard ass.
Mm-hmm.
He got scars all over. And then there's this guy named Griffith who's like, he kind of looks like a girl, and he's, very pretty looking. He's also super strong. He's like, I don't know, morally kind of better than Guts, and they just become best friends. And their dynamic is crazy because he is the perfect contrast to Guts's like deep, dark
Yeah, that's
crazy.
what I've heard. Is that it's so those two characters are so good together because
They're
it's such a
so good.
contrast.
They're so good, and they just become homies. And then a certain event happens that which I can't talk about because that's super spoiler. But it's called the Eclipse, and Guts once again, kind of loses everything. It's just the most gruesome, interesting story I think I've ever seen. The only reason it's 7 is because the anime adaptations have sucked, and I'm basically an anime only guy. I read manga every now and then, but I'm pretty much anime
Yeah,
only. So yeah,
we're the
I feel like
same
I
way
covered
in
a
that
lot.
part.
I covered a lot on Berserk, so I can't
Yeah.
take away the next one.
Are we on number 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, my number 6 is Attack on Titan.
Yep, I knew that was coming for you.
And I firmly believe that if Attack on Titan continues at the same quality, given the new studio, and the story ends properly, which from what I've heard is that the manga right now is absolutely crazy. I think that this is going to, after it finishes, I think it's going to go up to number 2 or 1 for me.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know anything about the next season, so I hope it lives up to the hype. But
Yeah,
that trailer, oh my god, that trailer, are you kidding me?
it has the most in-depth story, like psychologically
Oh
dark, and everything in it is just everything has meaning, which is what I like about it as well. And reading through the manga like I'm doing now, I just finished the turn it on. I finished the 12th volume, and even reading the manga, it gives you a little bit different feel, but it's so impactful. I
It
think
is so impactful, and I feel like the plot twists damn near make the show. Like
it is crazy.
that show has made my jaw drop like 5 different times.
Yeah, it's a great show. I'm disappointed that we probably won't be seeing the new movie that released anytime soon.
Right.
But it is a recap movie, I'm pretty sure, so it's not that big of a deal.
Shit, I'd watch it though.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've watched the whole series up till like what's out at this point, which is season 3, part 2, 2 or 3 times now. But yeah,
I just rewatched season 1 with my roommate like 2 weeks ago, and I, it's crazy because like I didn't like season 1 that much when I first watched it, but upon rewatch I did really enjoy it. Like I liked it a lot more on like the watch through because you pick up on so many things.
especially with 2 certain characters, you realize that
Yep.
they have internal problems, and the things they say have double meanings, but you don't realize it unless you watch it again.
Yeah, and it's just I like season 2 and 3 so much more than season 1, but season 1's still amazing.
I mean,
so,
season 1 is what set the world on fire.
It was so good. God, it's so good. That subtle reveal with your favorite character, Reiner, and a certain other character, I literally could not get over that.
Yeah.
When they're sitting on top of the wall and he just breaks down. That was,
that is
so good. So good.
I just read that yesterday, too.
You did?
Yeah, just read it.
How did it hit in the manga?
I mean, to be honest, the manga and the anime are they follow each other very closely. But I do, given obviously the manga is in black and white, it gives you a more dark feeling than the anime does. Because I think the anime has a more colorful palette than what I would expect reading it. The art in the manga is a bit more dark.
Yeah, how is the art in the manga? I've honestly
it's good art. It's
I haven't
not
even
bad.
seen a single panel.
It is good art. It's different. It's a bit different than the anime for sure. They definitely Wit Studio definitely puts their own spin on the art style, but as if you've seen it, you know, it's gorgeous.
Okay, I don't know if if this might be just me, but like their eyes in the show are so like
They're the most detailed eyes
yes,
ever.
they're so detailed. They're great.
It
Yeah.
is. You can tell immediately who's going to be an important character by looking at their eyes in the show
Yeah,
because
for real.
they are. Oh my god! It
I
is. It
feel like
adds extra impact for sure looking at their eyes.
yeah, now that we're talking about the studios, how do you feel about the studio change? Because I'm not worried at all.
I
Like
like
Mappa's a good
Mappa Studio,
studio.
so
Yeah, same.
it's not like it's moving over to Studio Perriot or Piero, who like absolutely destroys some shows like
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul and Black Clover and
Oh, Black Clover.
I
Oh
think they have
boy.
Boruto, I want to say. But I think Mappa did well at Dororo. They have a new
Oh, they did
show.
Dororo?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, snap. I didn't even know that.
And they have a new show out that's called God of High School that I've watched the first 2 episodes of.
Okay,
It's done well.
how is that? Because I think I'm gonna start it.
It's it's I feel like I don't have enough of the story yet.
Yeah. All
So
right.
far, it's just people in high school that are in a fighting tournament. It doesn't make any sense why they're in it or what. They don't have any backstory on anything yet. So
Okay.
far, it's just been fighting.
All right, my six. You just finished this, and I hate what you have to say about this show. But my six is Fate Zero.
Mm, yeah,
And I love Fate Zero so much. I've watched it twice. And
I
granted,
expected
I
that.
haven't like rewatched it in like 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
3 years maybe, but it is I love Fate Zero. I just love the concept. I kind of like how it's like historical and it brings up like prominent figures from the past. I thought that's super cool. And
Yeah, I think that's the coolest part about it, to be honest.
I do too. Yeah, it's the servants. What are they called? The
Yeah, they're called servants, masters and
servants.
servants, I
It's
think.
that's just super interesting, and yeah, it's just a great show.
Yeah, I mean, I
It,
enjoyed it. The only thing that I didn't like about it was that they only really developed one character.
yeah. Well, what to call?
I mean, only one like super in depth. I think if it would have been about twice as long and they would have gone over all the masters and
Mm.
like what they're fighting for, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot better.
Yeah, Kiritsugu Emiya is one of my favorite
Yeah, and
anime characters
he's
of
the
all
one
time.
that they went into as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's who you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah. But I liked Kirei Kotomine, like Kiritsugu's like enemy, sort of, if you want to say that. But
mm-hmm.
I feel like they developed
The
Saber a
priest.
little bit.
Yeah, at the end, she definitely got a bit more.
Like with the whole Berserker,
Mm-hmm.
Lancelot, Saber thing. That was I don't know. I feel like she developed a little bit and I like Saber, but I really liked Iskandar as I thought
He's a great character.
he is sick. He's just such like a I don't even know. He's such an imposing figure, and he's just so confident.
Similar
I
to
love
similar to
Iskandar.
Escanor, but not quite as prideful.
Kind of. Yeah. He's honestly kind of similar to Escanor, and just like a super big. I don't know. He's just dope. But I like how Iskandar's master is kind of like a little bitch, and Iskandar's
Yeah,
just this like
I don't even
complete
remember his
like
master's name.
I don't either. But I feel like Iskandar helped his master grow, even though they didn't really go over it. Iskandar's sick. Fade Zero's sick. The fights in it are so
It
amazing.
has top tier fights and animation in those
I
as
think I
well.
think it's like episode 3 when Gilgamesh is fighting Berserker and he shoots like that spear at Berserker and then he catches it and like stops the next attack from coming and like the only people that
Hmm.
can see it are the masters. That was so dope. That's one of my favorite anime moments. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's great at having hype scenes,
It is.
which is something that you value a little bit more than I do, I think.
That's true. But what did you think about the Kirei Kotomine Kiritsugu Emiya fight? Like at the end there? before the Grail started,
Yeah,
doing its
I
thing.
mean,
That was so
it
badass.
is it was a sick fight.
Yeah, the fights are great. I guess you really like story and like
I'm more into the deep psychological story kind of thing. You're
right,
more into the
right.
adventure and
Yeah.
hype.
This is why we
Which,
make a good podcast,
yeah,
okay? Because
we got good contrast.
we have similar tastes, but also very different.
Mm-hmm. We both
Yeah, so that's
appreciate each other's taste, which
right. We
is good.
do. Yeah, so you can go next. That's all I gotta say about Fate.
We're on number
Watch it.
5, I believe, right?
Yeah.
My number 5 was dethroned from the number 2 spot this morning, which is
Ooh.
Code Geass.
Wow, that dropped to 5 for you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Just after thinking about shows that really impacted me more, I realized that I have Code Geass. I had Code Geass at number 2 purely because of the ending, which is the best ending in all of
I gotta finish it.
everything.
I gotta
Yeah,
finish
you
it.
gotta finish it. Your jaw just drops at the end with what Lelouch does. Your jaw hits the floor.
Dude, the reason I need to finish it soon is because I am totally blind on the ending. Like I feel like I have a clue of what's gonna happen, but I'm totally blind. It's never been spoiled for me, so
Yeah,
I gotta finish
my
it soon.
jaw literally hit the floor for that. I don't want to say I don't want to say anything about it because we're getting into the territory where people just need to watch them no matter what.
Yeah, yeah, do not spoil that for me. I will be angry. I'll be angry boy.
Mm-hmm. Lelouch, what he does is.
Bro, but Lelouch is so I've seen season 1
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that I dropped the show, I just didn't really pick it up again because I started watching other things and kind of forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I actually started watching season 2 not that long ago, but I'm like 5 episodes into season 2. So I just got to finish it.
Yeah, and the end of the season or the second half of season 2, I think, is the best part of the whole show.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. I'm probably going to like just binge it in like a day and a half or 2 days. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably do that soon.
Worth watching the end.
Hey, don't hate on me, listeners, just because I haven't finished Code Geass. I'm getting there. I have seen like 70 anime, but Code Geass I have not finished yet. So
And
just putting
actually,
that out there.
for the amount of classic shows, I feel like Code Geass, it's considered a classic, but that's one that a lot of people choose not to watch, which is kind of
Dude,
weird.
yeah, I feel like Code Geass is definitely less watched than like Death Note.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll tell you guys straight out, Death Note is not on this list. It's not
No,
on
it's
either of our lists.
it's not on either of ours. Yeah,
Code
it's
Geass
good.
is just
It's
is
good,
great, but it should have ended halfway through.
I agree. I couldn't get into the second season, bro. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, why don't you take away your number 5?
My number 5, which is going to be an absolute sleeper. You're probably one of the only people I know that have heard of this. And this is also going off the manga. But I love the anime adaptation, honestly. It's not bad. Is Kengan Ashura.
Oof.
Oh,
Yes.
I love Kengan Ashura so much, and I'm caught up on the latest. It actually has like a second manga. It's called Kengan Omega, actually. And it is so good. It is the best martial arts anime you can watch. I don't care what anyone says. It's the best martial arts anime you can watch. It is so amazing. The manga is beautiful. The anime, the fights,
they're so unpredictable that I don't know. They're just it reminds me the fights are like JoJo Bizarre Adventure fights that you never know how it's gonna end. Like you cannot predict it. It's impossible.
Not at all. And it's so well done.
Plus, they always go into the background of both people, so you don't you can't tell off of the background of the story of the person that's fighting because they do both people every time.
Yeah, and every character like Loki gets developed because they hit the background every fight.
Great show.
It's so great. And the manga especially, it's just beautiful. And
Yeah, if you're not into CGI, I could see how the show might throw you off, but honestly, it does it well.
no, and the CGI is not bad. It's not bad.
No, better than Ajin.
Oh, I haven't watched it, and I will not watch it just because of what I've heard about it.
It's bad.
But like, so Kengan Ashura, it's not trying to be something it's not. It's a fighting anime. I feel like it's similar to Baki. I've only watched the Netflix version of Baki. I've read some of the manga actually, but I like this way more than Baki. And it's a fighting anime. It's a martial arts anime. It's basically tournament style, but the story is low key deeper than a lot of people would think. And once the next season comes out, AK, I feel like you'll start to understand. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
coming up in a couple or week and a half here, actually.
yeah, it's great. It's really great. The
I'm
fights are
excited.
so unpredictable. They're
I am
like JoJo
excited.
level unpredictability, as you said earlier. It's a great show. If watch it if you're not into CGI, I highly suggest reading it. Yeah, that's all I got to say on the matter. Love Kengan Ashura.
Yeah, great show. I understand why you put it so high.
Yeah, go
Um,
for it.
what are we on number four? My
Yep,
my number four. People will probably shame me for this.
I'm
Uh,
excited.
and it is a movie. It is an anime movie,
Okay.
and it is called A Silent Voice.
You're not going to get shamed. I've heard great things about A Silent Voice.
It is the most impactful medium of anything. Like, you can't not cry when you watch that show.
Did you shed a tear? Did you shed a tear?
You
Because you're
can't.
kind of
No, yeah.
emotionally
Like,
like
you.
flatline, AK.
No, me who is has no emotion whatsoever at
Right.
90% of the time. This show will tear you down, but it's not in a way like it's not tearing you down in a way that
Mhm.
it's a fight and someone dies or like super depressing backstory. It's like these people are getting bullied and they're so depressed that they're like on the verge of suicide, and it's the most impactful, the most depressing, but in the end it's also very uplifting.
Mm.
It's 2.5 hours. There's between 2 and 2.5 hours. You have, if you're gonna watch
Putting
any
that on my
movies,
list. I gotta watch
yes,
that. I'm putting it on my list.
it is. Mm, yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
See, yeah, movies didn't make my list, but there is one movie. AK, have you ever heard of Sword of the Stranger? Sorry, off topic.
I don't think so. No,
You should put that on your watch list because I just played it for my roommates and even my roommates that don't watch anime and they fucking loved it. They loved it.
really.
Yes, so like that's up there. But yeah, keep going on that. Sorry, little
Oh, I
interruption.
think
Sidetrack.
I'm done with explaining Silent Voice. Just
I'm
watch
gonna
it.
watch.
Just
I am
watch
gonna
it.
watch it. I might watch it tonight actually.
It's worth a watch. I would expect to hear from you after you watch it.
Oh, 100%.
I
Because
want to
yeah,
know
two
how
and a half
much you
hours. I
cried.
can get in.
Uh,
So
yeah, you're number four.
yeah, my number four is my number four is Hunter x Hunter,
Mm, yeah,
and I love Hunter x Hunter. It's a great it's so good. I feel like the villains in Hunter x Hunter are the best villains in all of anime.
yeah. I mean, Hisoka is probably my favorite villain of all time.
Yeah. I see. I love Hisoka. I love Meruem. I love Crollo.
Crollo. Mm-hmm.
They're just great. Like, I wish I could have seen more of Crollo, but like from what I saw, he's such a badass. His character design is so sick. I just
Yeah, I think in the manga, I think there's a bit more on the Phantom Troop. Uh,
is
actually,
there?
specifically between Crollo and Hisoka.
Oh, interesting. I
Uh,
should read the manga.
yeah, it's tough because no end in sight because Togashi is a little wimp that's back hurts and refuses to finish writing or hire someone to just draw for him.
Togashi, literally, hire someone to draw for you. Like finish this shit out because you
Swallow
have
your
a
pride.
gigantic fan base. Like, come on, bro.
Swallow your pride.
Swallow your pride. Everyone loves the series. I know you're not hurting for money because Hunter x Hunter is a staple.
It is
But
a
yeah, the fights, the writing, Hunter x Hunter's writing is probably the best writing in anime. Like
yeah,
I
it is. It's good. It's amazing. The world,
it's
the world is amazing.
the world's amazing, the writing's amazing, the power system's the best of all time. The villains are also some of the best of all time. What can you hate on it? You can't.
The only thing I can hate on it is that I don't think it's ever going to be finished.
True. And you know what I've heard is a lot of people don't like Gon, but I don't. I feel like Gon serves his purpose. Like he's pretty
Yeah,
vanilla, but like
I wouldn't like if he was brought back.
yeah,
You
I
know what I
could I
mean?
could do with the change. Yeah.
I think because they follow Kurapika the after the anime ends.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I like Karapika more than fucking Gon, anyways. But Killua, oh my God, Killua was great.
He is a great character. There, that story's for the yeah. The whole show is full of great characters.
Dude, just to talk about the writing a little bit, that scene where like, the scene where Killua, it's in the Chimera Ants arc, and Killua
Mm-hmm.
turns around and does some stuff. Then they spend like 5 minutes talking about why he turned it around.
Which I'm a bit confused on where we're at in this.
Where okay, so it's in the Chimera Ants arc where a
Yeah.
certain I think this is the part. I haven't seen it in like a couple years, but the octopus, I
Oh
can't think of his
yeah.
name, and then he turns around and helps him out,
Mm-hmm.
and they spend like 2 or 3, I don't even know, maybe more minutes talking about why he turned around, and they go all into Killua's psychology. That was sick. That writing is just great.
He's a Togashi knows how to develop a character and do it well and
Yes,
keep to what their morals are for each character.
bro, Meruem is such a good villain. Like his character development is unreal.
Yeah, it's and I this is me saying that it is unreal and people will shame me for this, but I don't even think that Chimera Ant arc is the best arc. I thought
I
it
don't
was
even
too
think you're
long.
gonna get shamed for that. I feel like a lot of people like York New.
Yeah, that is true, but might get a little bit of flack.
A- Maybe a little bit. I think the Chimera Ant arc is the okay. It's the best arc just because I love Meruem. I love Meruem. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
And Gon snapping is one of my favorite scenes
That
in all
is
of anime.
that is the most impactful scene of the show for sure.
So
Super
yeah,
Gon.
I yeah, it's great. But the York New arc, if you really like the Phantom Troop, and I don't know, they're both good. They're both literally like 10 out of 10 arcs. They're
Mm-hmm.
great.
They are.
The only thing about Chimera Ant's arc, which I feel like is why it's not your favorite, is it got so drawn out.
Yeah.
It got so drawn
It
out.
it just that I didn't mind when they were actually like battling,
Hmm.
but like in the beginning where it was, which I understand was necessary to set up like the the plot was when they're with Kite.
Hmm.
It just feel like there's a lot of episodes there, and
What I just found out actually was that so okay, if we have a chat in the future, they might fry me for this, but I think in the manga, Gon's backstory with Kite was like
it's
one of the
right at the
first few,
beginning. Yep,
yeah, one of the first few
it's the first
chapters, right?
page.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done that in the anime because I didn't
Yeah,
get that attached to Kite at all.
no, and that's what a big criticism is about it actually about the 2011 version
Mhm.
was that people felt that Kite wasn't they didn't understand why Gon was so upset because like he literally just met the dude
Right.
2 days before.
Didn't you tell me about? Okay, just kidding. I'm pretty sure you told me
I
about this.
think I
So
did tell you
yeah, I
about it,
think you
yeah.
did. Yeah. All right. So yeah, AK and another little interject here. AK has watched more anime than me. I started watching before AK, and he actually used to be a hater,
Yeah,
but
I used
now he's
to
a mega weeb, and yeah.
You
We vibe.
you start watching one thing, and then you realize, hey, this is actually pretty amazing.
Yeah. AK is the more knowledgeable one, slightly. But yeah. Anyways, just thought I'd say that there. Put that in there. So yeah, I got nothing more to say on Hunter x Hunter. You want to go?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take. I think we're on number three now, and we already talked in depth about my number three, which is Mob Psycho. Uh,
Oh yeah.
so I mean, I guess to
Anything else you
reiterate,
want to say?
uh, the only thing I need to say about it is, Body Improvement Club is bae.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Body Improvement Club. Oh, they're
Oh,
so great.
they're the most wholesome people in the world,
They're the most Chad athletes ever,
but
but
they're so wholesome.
they're so wholesome and they're the best guys. They're the
Yeah,
best guys.
it destroys the show destroys all stereotypes of everything
Oh,
because it's just
yeah, absolutely.
yeah. I guess we can move right on from that because we already talked pretty in depth on it.
Okay, I just want to say one more thing about Mob Psycho. That scene where Musashi, is that the leader's name of the Body Improvement Club? Musashi, I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when he's protecting Gon from that like big
Mm-hmm.
gorilla like
From the
ripped
dude that
psychic.
his psychic was to be strong.
That scene was so sick.
That was
Because they will literally like do anything for their friend, and like Mob is the weakest little bitch when it comes to like
things not psychic power,
physical strength and fitness,
and he refuses to use his psychic powers.
yeah, and Musashi just will do anything for his homies. The whole Body Improvement Club, they'll do anything for Mob, and Mob will do anything for them, and it just great dynamic, fantastic dynamic.
Great show.
All right, AK, we're on my 3, and
Mhm.
I'm this. If this is okay, my 3. If you have this at 3, AK, I'm gonna shit. But
Well,
it's
my 3 was Mob Psycho, so we just
Oh
went
yeah,
over that.
sorry. My 3, yeah, I'm tripping. My 3 is Shokugeki no Soma.
Oh
Food Wars.
no, that's not on my list.
Ah,
Actually,
sorry, I love Food Wars.
it's something you have to watch alone for sure, but it's
you know how much I love it. You know how much I love Food Wars.
It's a show that makes you get hyped for something you would never expect to get hyped for.
I think it's the most hype anime I've ever watched. I really do. I binge those. I think it's 74 episodes for the whole thing.
Have
70,
you seen all of them?
all of them.
I've only seen the parts that have been dubbed so far.
I've seen every episode, and
Yeah.
Food Wars. I'm left on the edge of my seat after every episode. The hype moments. It's one of the only anime that will make me like sit up in my bed or like stand up from my chair because I'm just so amped.
It is
And it's
that
about
way.
cooking. It's about cooking, dude. Like the pacing is so good because
Mhm.
I just want to watch the next episode every time I finish one. Like I start watching it at 10 p.m. I'll watch it until 3-4 in the morning because I just can't stop.
It sucks you in. It's a
It
great
sucks
show.
you in, and it's so creative. Like it's
It
about
is super
cooking.
creative.
How do they take it that far?
I don't know. It
I
is
don't either.
amazing.
It's so good. That writing, unreal, and the characters like Soma. I'm drawing a blank on some names right now.
The guy that never wears clothes but only wears an apron.
Yeah, but I just love it. I just love it so much. And it also I kind of like how Soma's not like a super OP protagonist. He works towards everything.
Yeah, well, he has way more experience than everybody else, which is
Right.
also a different aspect because that's not something that is usually common in anime.
Mhm.
That the main character actually has more experience than the other people.
Right, because he's genuinely worked for
Yeah.
everything. Because his experience comes from his dad's
His
diner
dad,
and his
yeah.
whole thing. Yeah,
Who's
he
like,
wants to just outcook his dad.
yeah, and I'm only on. I think I've only watched the first either 2 or 3 seasons, but they're just hinting about how his dad is basically the best chef of all time.
His dad is. You'll learn more about his dad. His dad is a beauty, absolute dreamboat. Not gonna lie, his dad's sick.
I need them to dub the rest of it so I can watch it.
Yeah, it's so good. The last season, AK, is so hype. It is so hype. I
I bet.
I can't even. Have you seen where Erina? Yeah, Erina. That's
Erna, yeah.
the God Tongue. Have you met her dad yet?
Yeah, where he always takes his clothes. Is it his dad that always takes his clothes off every time he eats something that's good?
No, that's her grandpa.
Oh,
Okay,
then no, I
you
don't think so.
when her dad enters the picture, literally shit hits the fan. Things do a 180, and
Really?
that season is just unreal. I finished in a day. I watched the whole thing in a day. So good. All
Well, I'm
right, go for
excited.
it. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, my number two was year number 10, half, I think. Full Metal Alchemist,
Mm-hmm.
Brotherhood. Yeah, I think me personally, it's the perfect anime.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just perfect.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
Um, every aspect of it is just great. I I I don't know what else to say about it. It's just good.
It is good.
Watch it.
I have
It's
a question. Well, who's your favorite character from Full Metal Alchemist?
Armstrong.
Armstrong. Yes. I love Armstrong. That's not mine,
Uh,
but I love Armstrong.
Armstrong is goat.
He is.
Who's yours?
Armstrong's a beauty. Mine is probably Greed.
Oh,
Or
really?
Greed slash Ling. I
Yeah.
like
What
the whole
after Ling is
yeah.
greed? Yeah.
Yeah. I love Greed. Greed's a beauty. Just sick.
Yeah. I would. He's a good character as well.
Armstrong's probably my two though. So I'm glad you said
Armstrong.
Armstrong. That scene where what's like Ed's teacher, her husband, when they're like flexing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I'm horrible with names, but
yeah. I'm bad at names too, but that's so funny. They're like flex off,
mm-hmm.
like, bulging biceps, great pecs, wonderful muscles. That shit's
Armstrong
hilarious.
is so funny.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood though. That's like the staple, I feel like, of good anime.
Yeah. I need to watch the first one or Full Metal Alchemist just to
Yeah.
see how the ending is because I know it has an anime original ending, but I haven't seen it.
Well, we actually didn't we do the same thing? We started watching
Yeah, I got like 10 episodes into the
yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist and I was like, wait, there's this other one. And then I Googled which one I should be watching. And
Yeah.
then that was like the third anime I watched, I think.
Right.
Third or
I got
fourth.
six episodes into Full Metal and then I watched Brotherhood the whole way through. So that's kind
Yeah.
of crazy that we had like the same experience with that.
I feel
With the
like we're probably not alone in that either. I feel like probably a chance that a lot of people are like, oh, maybe I should watch the regular one first,
yeah,
and they don't realize that Brotherhood is a remake.
right.
Yeah, well, we already talked about Full Metal Alchemist, so you can take away your number two. I
My
think I
number
know what it
two.
is.
My number two. I love the show so much. I'm currently rewatching it, and I just love it. So I can't even express how much I love it. But it's JoJo's Bizarre
Yeah,
Adventure.
and I just finished watching it a couple weeks ago.
I love everything about JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. It's low key my vibe in an anime. It's super action packed. It's goofy. It's easy as hell to watch. It's
It is.
so creative. The fights are some of the best fights in anime. It's a great show. But you, on the other hand, have a little bit of
I like it. I do
yeah,
like it.
you
but
like it.
it's I like I'm more of a story driven kind of guy when it comes to like my top 10.
Mhm.
Like I enjoyed the hell out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It gives you some good laughs as well as some intense moments and hype moments, and you definitely can't match a JoJo's fight in any way, shape, or form.
No. It's so over the top. It is so over the top.
It is, but that's what makes it great.
That is what makes it great.
It doesn't take itself. It knows it's a meme, which is
Right.
why it's so great.
It's literally
It knows its
such a
place.
meme.
It knows its place.
It I also like the characters though, not gonna lie. Dio is amazing.
Yeah,
All
it
the
has
JoJos
it has
are
good
amazing.
characters.
name a more like creative and wonky anime. You can't. It's so unpredictable. It is so
I
unpredictable.
I can tell you, I was not expecting a turtle Polnareff, so
Spoilers, AK. Spoilers.
it's
That's not that
if you know what I mean when I say turtle Polnareff, then you've seen it.
bad. Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "What?" and they won't understand
They
it
won't
until it
understand.
happens.
So
But dude, I just think it has great. I love the Joe Bros. I love all of the Joe Bros, especially in part five. I really like the Joe Bros in part five. Mista and Bruno Busciarti. I love those guys. Love those
Misa's
guys.
my favorite. There are definitely some of their stands in part five. Uh, some of them were way overpowered and some were dumb as hell, but
Yeah,
moody
Narajas,
jazz.
some moody chats. Um, but I also like how the JoJos, like the Joestars themselves, are all so similar but yet so different. Because you have Jonathan, who's just like the ultimate gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
just like the best guy, and then you have Joseph, who's just this goofy, fun-loving like character, but he's also a terrific guy. But he's not as by the books as like Jonathan is.
Yeah.
But Jotaro is just this cool, cold-hearted,
I feel like he
just
says less
gangster.
than like 5 sentences in the entire series.
Right, but he's just stone cold, man.
He is.
But Joseph's my favorite JoJo. So let me just get that out there. Joseph's my favorite JoJo.
Yeah, same. Part two is my favorite.
But it's my second favorite behind part five. But Josuke's great. He's
Just,
kind of like Loki, like Jonathan, until you talk shit about his hair, and then he's like
mm-hmm.
Jotaro.
Yeah,
But yeah,
part two is my favorite because it had the most pinned down story, I guess.
yeah, I love Joseph. Tactical retreat.
Yes, you can't
And
match that.
Caesar's sick, but Caesar's a dumbass.
It doesn't last very long.
Yeah, Caesar's kind of an
Oh well,
idiot.
spoilers. Who cares?
Spoilers, whatever. Cross, splat, bye bye Caesar. But oh yeah, take it away. Okay, what's your number
Yeah,
one? I know what it's gonna
you know
be.
what my number one is, and it was in
Yeah,
your honorable mentions, and that is Death Parade.
so good.
It is the thing about Death Parade is it's episodic in a manner, but it's also has an overarching storyline that is able to keep you engaged. But every single episode, there's a new set of characters, as well as it's like an afterlife bar basically, where they go to the afterlife and then they get judged, whether they go to heaven or hell per se, and
It's
then
hard to explain like the
yeah,
setup because it's
but
very interesting and
it
very
is it's its own. It's so original,
it is.
and what I like so much about it is that it develops every single character that it comes across
Yep.
so perfectly. You get their full spectrum of every emotion every single episode.
It is a heart render. That's for sure.
It is so good. It is my favorite because the emotions that fly through you during the show are something else. And the only bad thing I have to say about it was that kind of left you hanging at the end.
Yeah, it did kind of leave. It didn't really leave you hanging.
Well,
You just have a
it
lot of questions about the.
yeah,
I
about the
call it
overall
Purgatory
world.
Hotel, but that's not really what it is. But that's what I
Yeah,
call it.
it
It's
has a
like it's a good
great ending, and I don't mind that it
fantastic.
stopped where it did because it came to a great conclusion. But it has no source material. It's literally just an anime that was made by
Oh,
Madhouse.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
it
didn't even
has
know that.
no, yeah, so that's why they didn't make another season basically because they
Mhm.
have no source material to go off of and they don't want to screw it up.
Oh, damn, that's actually
So
interesting as hell. I
yeah,
didn't know that
it
until
kind
right
of
now.
they like started building up the world like it could have been like a long ongoing type of thing where they explore the world and other things and get more in depth in like the whole overarching thing, or like what exactly is going on, but then they didn't explore that because there is no source material, and they just ended
Sorry
it.
about that. My roommate was yelling in the background. If that interrupted you at
Oh,
all,
I
sorry,
didn't.
listen.
No, I didn't even hear it.
Okay, nice. But yeah, it's a great show, and I feel like it's definitely under the radar. I feel like not a lot of people have seen it at all. A lot of
No.
people I know that watch anime have never even heard of it.
Yeah, it is definitely an under the radar show, and if you know me and I know that you watch anime, that is the first one I'll recommend.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had told you and a few other friends.
You recommended that thing to me like so many times,
I
and I finally watched it, and it was great.
force people
Great.
to watch this show, and
It's
then
so
they
good.
don't regret it because it's the best thing ever.
One thing that I really liked about the show, which I feel like not a lot of people talk about, and it's kind of you can't really see it. I feel like Decim is changing throughout every interaction and every new
Yeah,
guest.
he is. He
He's
evolves.
he
He
does.
himself goes through a big character development throughout
Oh,
the
that
series.
last episode, dude, when he starts crying, oh my God. Oh,
Finally feels emotions and
finally. But you can tell like he's starting to pick up on things every
mm-hmm.
episode. He's starting to become more human, so to speak, and feel more emotion. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's a really good show.
It's amazing.
Like if you're looking for, I mean, it's not action packed at all, but the story and how it's so good. It'll keep you interested. You will have no problem watching it. It's not slow at all. Like the pacing's great. You'll never
Great
feel bored.
pacing. It keeps you so engaged.
It's yeah, super engaging, super deep, and there are some parts where you're just
Also
like,
very
oh my
unpredictable as
God.
well. Some
It is
parts are very
unpredictable.
unpredictable.
And I feel like do they call it the void? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's reincarnation in the void.
So I feel like what really makes it hit home is like once someone goes to the void, that's it. And that's a big driving point
Yeah,
in the story as to like, am I doing the right thing? Because I just sent someone to the void and that's all they wrote. They're gone. That's
yeah,
it. They're just nothing.
yeah. They're there to judge the souls, just purely the souls.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, sometimes they don't necessarily send the right person to the void.
That's a big part of the show. Is that it's the art. They're called arbiters, who are the
Hmm.
bartenders who judge them. They don't have human emotions, so they're unable. That's how they're supposed to be able to judge these people. But the fact that they don't have human emotions also hinders them because they can't see through what people are actually thinking.
Right. It's low key their biggest downfall.
Mm-hmm. But also having it would be a big downfall because it would crush them.
Mhm. Is it episode one where that couple comes in? Is
Yeah,
that episode
that's
one?
episode 1 and 2. They do it from
Yeah.
two different angles.
Yeah, you learn about that right out the get go. And episode one and two, man, that punched me in the gut. What that wife, what she did for her husband, oh my goodness.
It,
Oh,
but every episode is like that too.
every episode. The one with the guy
It
that
never fails.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
It even manages to have some wholesome parts as well.
It really does with like the wholesome part with like the J-pop guy and that other woman.
Oh, I was gonna say the bowling episode, but
Oh, the bowling episode with that the show's so good. There's so many good moments.
watch
I
it.
don't know. Watch it, yeah.
Watch
Watch
it.
it. You have both of our stamps of approval.
All right, let's move on to your number one.
My number one, which my number one, I don't think you're gonna be surprised by this. My number one is One Piece.
I am not
And
surprised, and I've been watching that like I'm watching it right now.
I feel like I tell you to binge it every day or so, every 2 days. But I watched the whole thing. I'm currently reading the manga. I'm on chapter 540, so I know what I'm talking about when it comes to One Piece, and I absolutely love One Piece. I love it so much. I'm sure everyone knows the premise behind One Piece and knows certain things about One Piece because I believe it's the the highest selling manga of all time,
Yep.
and probably one of the biggest anime out
I
there. And
think
it's
it's
the king
probably
of
the
shonen.
highest selling book series of anything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's so good. Luffy is the main character. You guys probably know all that stuff, but his crew, everything about it, it's just so fun. It's just such a fun adventure, but it literally has anything you could ask for. It's drama, it's action, it has the most wholesome moments I can even think of, and it's the only anime that has ever made me tear up about an inanimate object. I'm not even kidding. AK, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll probably watch this within the next few months. But
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Mary,
on that grind for a while. I'm still in Skypiea episode. I think I'm on like 165.
oh, so you're like a seventh of the way through, a sixth of the
Yeah,
way through.
only like 1,000 episodes left to watch. No biggie.
But
I'll catch
the
up.
thing is, it's totally uphill from where you're at, and I don't know exactly what chapter you'd be on in the manga, but once you get to an arc called Water 7, it is nothing but uphill until you get to Marine Ford, which is just like the halfway point, so to speak. And it is, oh, I just read it. I just finished the Marine Ford arc. I just read the manga for it. And oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, it hits so
Is
different.
that before the time
It's
skip?
different. Yep, right before the time skip, directly before the time skip. It's the thing that kind of causes the time skip.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest spoiler that you've had spoiled has
Yeah,
happened in
I'm
that
not gonna
arc.
say anything about that because if you
Right.
haven't seen it, I mean, most people probably know it just because of the same reasons I know it. But
Yeah, but like when I read the manga, I end up revisiting these things that I watched during the anime, and I did not appreciate them as I should have. Like I told you, Bon Clay's like I love Bon Clay. He's one of my favorite characters.
mm-hmm.
He comes back. I'm not going to spoil anything, but oh my God, AK Bon Clay is a beauty. You'll
It was
he
so
literally
funny.
he made me choke up, dude. I'm not gonna lie, but
Really, I couldn't imagine
every
that.
every character development in the whole show makes me get a little choked up. Like Nami's, Sanji's. You don't. I guess Zoro's is kind of weak, but
Yeah, I
Robin's.
like
Oh my!
Sanji's the best.
Once you see Robin's
Yeah,
backstory,
I haven't seen
oh
that
my
yet. So far,
God, it
she's
is.
in Skypiea. She's pretty not important so far. I don't know if she becomes more important, but she seems
No,
pretty no character traits at this point.
she becomes important in Skypiea. This is the
Okay,
start of Robin. It's Loki, the start of her character arc. It happens during the middle to end of Skypiea.
I should be just about coming up on it then.
You'll start to learn about her, and you'll slowly learn more about her. But yeah, One Piece is great. I can't recommend it enough. I know it's a grind. I know it's a huge commitment, but it is the best adventure story in any sort of fiction. I'm not even
Mm-hmm.
kidding. It is the best.
I would agree with that. It is the best adventure story. I can't think of it. I couldn't think how someone would be able to even come up with something
Yeah,
better.
I can't either. Oda's a psycho. He's crazy.
He's got
And
that next level dedication to produce manga that is good. I don't know if
and
Togashi had the same drive.
yeah, true. And the thing is with One Piece, as you'll start to understand and like figure out the more you read, is that every character comes back and will be relevant later in the story, or they'll have a flashback. Like he literally doesn't forget about a character. Like I don't get how the man does it. It's unreal.
That's what's great about the world building though is that he doesn't
Yeah.
just ditch things. He
His
comes back to him.
the world building is the best out of any anime or any manga or any fiction series you could ever watch or read. It's unbelievable. Watch it, read it. I don't care what you do. It's amazing. So yeah, that's all I got to say on One Piece.
Yeah, I think that's both of our top tens. That concludes it.
Dude, AK, a certain anime didn't pop into our top tens or honorable mentions.
Which one is that? My Hero Academia? What? I missed that.
One Punch Man.
Oh, yeah,
It
uh, yeah.
it just sneaked out of my honorable mentions. It's in my top 20.
Yeah, it is in my. I'd say it's probably at the bottom of my top 20. It'd be like number
Real,
20.
real, really, it's like probably my 20th or 19th.
It's it's at the top for most enjoyable watches, but
Oh yeah,
it's I don't know. I just like the stories of the ones that I have better per se.
I loved it. I mean,
It's a great show. Yeah, I'm
it
not
is a
gonna
great
disagree with
show.
you there.
I feel like it's one of the biggest shows in the West, one of the biggest ones to like drop over here. It's that and probably Demon Slayer are the last really anime I remember getting talked about a lot on social media.
Yeah, that and my hero still.
And JoJo's, I guess, for
Well,
memes.
JoJo's is just meme culture. JoJo is meme.
JoJo is meme. Deal. It's yeah. So I don't know. You have anything else you want to add to wrap this up?
No, I guess we should have probably came up with something to do for next week's. Or are we gonna do this weekly? I think
I think yeah, we're gonna do this weekly.
Yeah,
But
so
we have a bunch of ideas, so they're gonna be a banger. We're gonna
it's
go
gonna be
just as
fire.
or more in depth than we went in today. We have so many topics lined up for you guys. Like you'll have wholesome content every week. We could talk about this stuff for hours. It's easy.
Next week, undecided.
Yeah, so since this is our first, go at this, we're not really sure on a schedule, but we're gonna put them out weekly. Once we get our next episode up and some more coming, we'll have a better schedule for you guys. We're gonna do it probably weekly on the same day. We're gonna try at least. And yeah, once we get a bigger following, we can definitely keep you guys posted. It's something we're gonna do, probably for a long time because we both enjoy it.
Yeah,
And
doing it for
yeah,
fun. So
stay tuned for some wholesome content that's not gonna stop probably ever. So
no.
yeah, well,
Next time.
yeah, thanks for watching.